need for under $100.
I got spray-on quality for a third of the price.
Don't spend hundreds of dollars more on plastic or spray-on liners. Do it yourself with Herculiner for only $99.99.
Herculiner, you've got to see it to believe it.
Herculiner is available at these fine retailers.
Thanks for staying with us, everybody. Now, the last couple of weeks, we showed you how to strip and primer your project. This week, we're going to show you how to block sand it, shoot on some color, and buff it out to a final high-gloss finish.
Like we said before, block sanding is the key to a show-quality paint job. Now, if you were with us last week, you saw us lay down the primer coat on our hood, which means it's had plenty of time to dry, and we can start wet sanding. The reason you need to use water is because it lubricates the paper and prevents it from clogging, which allows it to cut better. Use a block on flat surfaces, but around corners, you need to use your fingers. Remember, if you can feel it, you'll be able to see it in the final coat.
Now that the surface is ready, it's time for the base coat. This makes everything one color. This is important when using a candy pearl like the one we got from House of Colors, because the base coat reflects up through the final color. The second stage is the color coat. Now, this is where gun technique is critical. Too dry equals an orange peel effect, and too wet equals runs. And if you run a pearl or a metallic, you have to reshoot it. A solid color can be sanded out, so it's much more forgiving for the novice. Finally, the third stage is your clear coat. You need to be real careful here because it's hard to see, which makes it easy to run. But there's good news. This stage can be sanded and buffed out.
This next step won't work unless you allow proper drying time, so we're going to go ahead and show you how to color sand on the hood of Project Sport Sierra. This step allows you to get rid of any runs or imperfections that somehow always seem to find their way into your final coat. Once again, using water and a very fine grit sandpaper, cut out any imperfections that you can see and feel.
Now, some of you are probably thinking, man, they totally ruined that paint job. But don't worry, the shine is there. We just have to go get it. We're going to use this 3M rubbing compound and a wool buff. Do small areas at a time, applying medium pressure at first and then lightening up. Make sure you use a low speed or you'll burn the paint. And work it until you see the gloss appear. Hit it with a high-quality wax, and you're done.
Well, over the past 3 weeks, we've shown you just a few of the numerous tips that are involved in laying down a signature paint job. Keep in mind, there's always variables, but one thing remains constant. Practice makes perfect.
Now, everybody's familiar with the benefits of sandblasting. Whether you use a cabinet like this or a portable unit, a lot of people don't realize that if you use the wrong media, you can mess up your part. Now, some of the media that's available is silicone carbide, which is the most aggressive. It's great for removing rust or etching glass. Then you have aluminum oxide, which is milder, but it lasts longer. And then for softer metals, you've got glass beads. So the tip here is to leave the sand at the beach and use the right media.
In 1965, the combination of Bill Maverick Golden, a 426 Hemi, and a Dodge A100 pickup known as the Little Red Wagon introduced the world to wheel standing.
Wrenchhead.com. It's new, it's cool, it's easy to use. It's an internet site that features over 350,000 name brand products, children instructions, and a place for people who love their car. www.wrenchhead.com. Register now. Proud sponsor of NASCAR Rocks. Wrenchhead.com.
So that's 2 burgers and 2 shakes?
Yeah. You wanted the shake, Rick?
The right gaskets make any car feel high performance. So choose Velcro, the gaskets NASCAR teams choose. Velcro gaskets, another great part of Federal Mogul.
Brand new at the Home Depot, the Rigid Robo Grip 2.
After selling 12 million of the world's first self-adjusting one-handed pliers, Rigid introduces the new 10-inch Robo Grip 2.
Now it's bigger,
stronger,
faster, and easier
Than ever before.
Oh, yeah.
Feels very strong.
It doesn't slip.
Now, with larger draw capacity.
Perfect for those big jobs, like sink traps and other large connections.
RoboGrip 2 generates 250% more torque for more gripping power where you need it most. The hardened steel jaws automatically adjust to fit whatever you're working on.
Nuts and bolts, pipes and plumbing fixtures, knobs, valves, hanging hardware, and every kind of shape you can imagine. And the laminated steel construction is built extra tough for a lifetime of hard work.
Yeah, those things won't break.
I think I can go home and get rid of several different tools.
The RoboGrip 2, no toolbox is complete without it.
Call now to get your rigid RoboGrip 2 for only $24.97 or find it at the Home Depot. RoboGrip 2, available in straight or V-notch jaw design, is backed by the rigid lifetime warranty. Call now.
Race into the only official store of NASCAR, NASCAR Thunder. Experience the excitement of a Winston Cup race in a store. We've got your driver, your car, your number. Come to the NASCAR store with attitude. NASCAR Thunder, it's hot off the track.
And now truck gear, parts, tools, and equipment for pickups and sport utilities.
The first thing we want to show you today is perfect for anyone who doesn't need the storage space of a big box in the back of their pickup, or maybe even needs a little extra space. Either way, this lockable tail box by Carlson Products is a great way to go. It stores and displays all your tools and emergency equipment, or basically any item you can imagine for work or play. It's made of aluminum diamond plate to support heavy loads, and all you need to install it is a drill. The tail box comes in black powder coat or polished aluminum and can be purchased through Steel Horse Automotive for about $250.
Now, nothing in the cab of your truck makes quite the statement that a cool steering wheel does. And since you have your hands all over it all the time, it helps if it's comfortable. Well, Grant has hit the best of both worlds with their Signature Series steering wheels. They're available in 3 or 4 spoke, mahogany or leather, and this banjo style is very cool. And because they make so many different models, you can afford a Grant wheel no matter what your budget. That's going to do it for truck gear. Here's a peek at next week's show.
Next week on Trucks, Mel and Stacy get the suspension on Wicked Willie's ready for the trail. In the rear, it'll be a high pinion 9-inch Ford, while a Dana 44 leads the way in the front. After that, they'll take a look at a rare bow tie, the 57 Cameo. Then it's time to show you how to build a sturdy set of sawhorses for your shop. That's all next week on Trucks.
Well, that's going to do it for this week's show. We look forward to trucking with you again next week. Hey, Stace, I'll play a game of trucks for that motor, man.
You'll lose.
Well, let's find out.
Here we go.
All right.
First shot from the line here. Well, okay.
This is going to be like taking candy from a baby, man. Right there. Whoops.
For a VHS copy of today's show, call 1-800-981-7859. Show videos are just $9.95 plus shipping and handling.
T. Here comes T. That motor's going to be mine, man. It's going to go on big...
Call the Trucks Info line, 615-373-7005, for more information about the products used in today's show. 615-373-7005.
Okay, a little granny style action, man, from over here. A little Rick Berry from off center. Nothing but air, man.
Trucks is an RTM production.
The MBNA Gold 200 Saturday on TNN.
You're watching TNN, America's country home.
As darkness envelops the land, the scourge of the earth walk among us. And as the day of reckoning nears, so do the knights, the slayers, the saviors, brought here to punish those who go unforgiven.
WWF Unforgiven, Sunday, September 26th, presented live by Magic the Gathering Trading Cards, only on pay-per-view.
Watch, or you'll be unforgiven on Cox pay-per-view. It doesn't matter how it shatters. Who repairs it does. You do have a choice. Call or request Precision Glass today.
Does this rock chip in your windshield look familiar? Have it repaired by Precision Glass and Mirror. Most insurance companies will even waive your deductible. So call Precision Glass and Mirror today, before it spreads.
Welcome to Shade Tree Mechanics. 100,000 miles without a tune-up. Now, those are magic words. But believe me, it's not quite what you seem. It doesn't mean no maintenance. And that's what we're going to talk about today is how do you get your car up to that 100,000 miles. Plus, we're going to define what a tune-up's all about.
That's right. Now, a tune-up in the old days when you had a points ignition, you had points in the distributor. They were a wear item. Okay, and what would happen is the points would close up, the timing would retard, and then your performance would drop off. You took it in for tune-up, and that restored that performance. But not today with crank-fired ignition and all these other components.
Yeah, and plus you don't have carburetors like in the old days, which you could adjust. So you don't have to do that now. So a tune-up is a whole different deal.
That's right. With the advent of electronic fuel injection and computerized fuel and engine management systems, now the computers have the ability to learn what's going on in the vehicle and make compensation. So when you get a tune-up anymore, you look in the owner's manual, that's strictly defined as a replacement set of spark plugs, take a good look at the spark plug cables, and that's about it.
Exactly, and what we have right here is we've got a 94 Chrysler minivan. Let me open this up, show it to you. It's got a little over 100,000 miles on it. If you look down here in the engine, you know, it looks pretty clean. It's nice and clean. The owner's taking a pretty good care of it. He's had the maintenance done all the way up. We're getting ready to do the 100,000-mile maintenance on this. Now, the Mercury right over here, Sam's got that. Hey, Sam, what'd you find over there?
Well, we're in pretty good shape here. Now, what we've got here is a 1997, this little Mercury Mystique. Now, the Chrysler minivan has a V6 in it, but it's a pretty standard little V6 with a pushrod motor with rocker arms. This is a four-cylinder here. It's much more sophisticated. We've got a four-cylinder, double overhead cam. Now, this is designed to go 100,000 miles before its first tune-up. Okay, it's got no timing belt. It has a chain. Probably has platinum-tip spark plugs. It's got crank-fire ignition or distributorless ignition, electronic fuel injection. But at 60,000 miles, it calls for things like a chassis lubrication where applicable, okay, oil and filter in the engine. We're going to check the transmission oil, and we're going to just check the fuel injection and fuel filter and filters. Give it a good maintenance, including the cooling system.
Yeah, speaking of maintenance, Sam, I just pulled the air filter out of the minivan. Take a look at that.
That will go 100,000 miles.
No, we need to change that. You know, this is the easiest thing in the world to change, and a lot of people don't do it. But it's very simple. Here's a new one. Let me pull this out. You can see a real difference here. Hold on to the box there, Sam.
Sure.
You can see a real difference there between the two filters. You can see how loaded up these things get. Once these get loaded up, performance drops off. This is why it's important to change these.
Fuel economy goes away, too.
Exactly. And this is really your first line of defense against getting dirt in your engine, so you want to change this. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to get started on the maintenance here on our Mercury, so stay with us.
All right, you got everything we need for this?
I got everything. Just because your owner's manual says no tune-up for 100,000 miles doesn't mean no maintenance for 100,000 miles. You still need to change the oil, rotate the tires, and do other system inspections at the recommended intervals. Remember, if you tow heavy loads or do mostly city driving, you will have more frequent service intervals.
Brought to you by TNN Engineering. Performance starts with TNN air filters. And by Universal Technical Institute. They offer the high-performance hot rod U course.
New truck, Dave? Did you get the towing package?
Oh, yeah, I got everything.
Oh, really? Did you get the low-restriction, high-performance filter charger?
Huh?
Dave, did you get the extended warranty?
Yes. Yes, I did.
How about the million-mile warranty, Dave?
Million?
By the way, Dave, did you get the clap-on, clap-off door locks? Just kidding, Dave. For the name of your nearest TNN dealer, just call this toll-free number.
Like power, like speed. Want to go really fast. Then learn
from the pros at Hot Rod U. Hot Rod U offers specialty training for high-performance automotive technicians. Brought to you by the one and only Hot Rod Magazine. Call 1-800-884-4262 to enroll in Hot Rod U. Only available at Universal Technical Institute.
Rock and roll! We love you! Rock and roll! We love you! Rock and roll! We love you!
To keep your car rocking, protect your engine with Havoline Formula 3 motor oil. Add more life to your car.
Move it! They're catching us!
What was that?
A Butterfinger, Grandpa.
Well, stop it.
Okay.
I said stop it!
I did.
Then help me pop my knee back in.
Bite my Butterfinger.
From Nestle.
What? They gave our room away?
Not what you want to hear. Then Super 8's where you want to stay, where VIP members get guaranteed rooms and 10% off. Clean, friendly Super 8. All the room you want.
All right, coming down, pal.
All right, bring her on down.
There you go.
Hey, welcome back to Shade Tree Mechanic. Oh, we got the car up here on the lift, and since we got it up here, one of the first things I like to do is give it a good visual inspection underneath. Now, we're doing our 60,000-mile maintenance. One thing I've noticed right over here, let me turn this wheel around. You notice something hanging out of here. It's a piece of road debris. Somehow it looks like part of a belt or something got wrapped around our wheel. Now, this can cause some damage underneath, so this is why it's a good idea to give it a good visual inspection, because you may hit something along the road and not realize it, comes up here, damages something underneath your car. We can take that off. Also, if you look right here on the CV boot, you also want to check that as well. Again, road debris could come up. Split that boot. If that splits, lose the grease in there, causes damage to your CV joint. That can cost quite a bit of money. We'll also check the brakes while we're under it. One other thing I noticed right here, too, is that the transmission is leaking. Now, we got a seal leak somewhere. It doesn't look like it's very bad. The question is, do we want to monitor it, let it go and monitor it, or fix it? With me, I'd take it in and have it fixed. That way I don't have fluid running all over the place. Overall, it doesn't look too bad. The first step, though, is to go ahead and rotate the tires.
I've already gotten started on that. All right, now, we're going to go ahead and take the tires and wheels off this thing to check the brakes. And here's a tip. Before you take all the tires and wheels off and set them on the ground, mix them up, mark where they're going to go. Now, this is the right front tire. It's going to go back to the left rear corner. So right here, I'll just mark left rear. I know exactly where that tire is going to go. This is good tire rotation. If you ever have any questions, what you do is you look right here in the owner's manual. It tells you exactly what to do. We're going to crisscross these tires. Real simple to do. All right, now, while I was going around marking the tires, what I did was I took the time to inspect things back there. I looked at the emergency brake or parking brake cables, took a look at the brakes, make sure there was no grease on the outside of the backing plates, looked at all the lines. A visual inspection, like Dave found this transmission leak, a visual inspection will tell you a lot about what's going on with the car. Now we're ready to go ahead and continue on with our 60,000-mile service.
Okay, partner. Let me go ahead and zip the wheels off. We'll drop this thing down.
Okay, bud.
Okay, well, get all this road debris off of here. This is what it finally turned out to be. It looks like a piece of a belt or something. Anyway, doing a little inspection here on the front brakes. This is a disc brake system you find on this car. Got your caliper here. This is your rotor. From the looks of it, though, the pads have been replaced one other time. They're about half, maybe three-quarters worn out. But the rotor's been on here for a long time. This is the original rotor, and I suspect they did not turn it when they put in the new pads. Now, you can turn it if you can have enough life out of it. The best thing to do, though, is just to get rid of it, put on a brand-new rotor. Now, something else you want to be aware of. This is the brake line or brake hose going to your caliper. Check that over. Make sure it's not cracked. This looks like it's pretty good shape, and it's nice and flexible. But here's another line right over here. This line now leads down to a sensor. Now, this car has anti-lock brakes on it. There's a wheel sensor down here. You want to make sure you don't damage this when you're working on it. We'll put on a new rotor, put on new pads, flush the brake system. We should be in pretty good shape. Sam, what's it look like back there?
Well, looks like we got some brake pads, shoes worn here. This secondary shoe here is paper thin, and the primary shoe is not too bad, but this thing definitely needs a set of shoes. How about bringing me those brake parts you got?
I didn't get any brake parts.
You told me you had all the parts when
Well,
I
I
asked
thought
you.
I had all the parts, but I didn't expect we were going to do brakes. Anyway, we have to go back down to the store and get some, I guess.
Give me a credit card and I'll go to Parts House.
I'm not giving you my credit card. Put it on the bill down there. We'll go ahead. I'll go ahead and check out these drums. And meantime, I'm going to go ahead and replace the fuel filter down there. Okay, now we're under the back end of the car where I'm getting ready to remove the fuel filter. Now, it's located right here next to the fuel tank. This is the fuel tank here. Now, a lot of times it's located up along the side rail. This filter very seldom gets changed, primarily because it's out of sight, sort of out of mind. Now, this should be changed about every 30,000 miles. And one thing you want to remember on these filters, there is an arrow on here which points in the direction that the fuel flows. So you want to make sure that you have the filter mounted properly, the arrow pointed in the right direction. And the next step is to go ahead and remove the fuel lines. Now that the fuel lines are off, we can go ahead and remove the filter and replace it with a new filter. And we can reattach our fuel lines. And we can go ahead and snug it up.
Well, got all the brake pads we need, buddy.
Well, it's about time. I've been working right along here. Now, what I've done is I've gone ahead and I've drained the oil, changed the oil filter, changed the fuel filter, got all the brakes off, everything apart, stuff cleaned up. I'm waiting on you.
I should leave you alone more often. You get a lot done. Actually, I stopped to get a burger, but guess what? I left the bag with your burger on the counter.
How did I know that was going to be the case? Just my luck.
Absolutely. Okay, now, before you go ahead and put your new rotors on, anytime you have a flange like this that takes a hat-style rotor, and that's what these are called, you want to make sure this is good and clean, free of burrs, clean it up good. And on your caliper, check the pistons, make sure that they're not sticking or hanging, and all the slides, like these little slides here that hold the caliper to the mounting bracket, places like that, and along here on these ridges where the caliper will actually move metal against metal, you want to make sure you take some high-temp brake lube, spread it on there evenly. Don't put a lot. You don't want the drip on it. Keeps the caliper free. That way your pads don't drag on your rotor.
Yeah, now if you can get out of my way, I can get some work done here.
I'll go do the rear brakes.
All right, now, here's the new rotor that we got. This is what it looks like. Now, it comes with a little bit of a coating on it. You want to clean that off, but you'll do that after you've mounted it. And then don't touch it with your fingers because you don't want to have fingerprints on this rotor, especially with your new brake pads. Now, we're going to go ahead. We'll put our rotor, put everything back together on our brake system, drop it down, flush the brake system, and it'll be all ready to go.
All right, now, we've got all the oil in the filter back in our engine. Now, you've seen us change enough air filters, of course. That allows the engine to breathe, but on some of these new cars, like this one right here, this is equipped with a passenger cabin or compartment air filter. This is it right here, locked right in here in the plenum. These usually change pretty easy. A couple clips, take them off, pull out the old filter, and you can see what it looks like. Comes out of the frame on this one. That's pretty dirty. Now, this thing controls the dust and pollen and so on. Makes the environment inside the cabin or the passenger compartment much nicer. Look, here's a brand new clean one. Look at that old one. That's pretty dirty. So I get rid of these. And again, this fits right back in the frame. All you need to do is pay attention to the way you took it out. Put it back in the little frame. It takes a little bit of wrestling. Then you just reinstall it the same way you took it out. Put it in with the clips. This will make a world of difference in keeping the dust down inside the car.
You know, that's a nasty-looking air filter you took out of there.
Absolutely.
It'll do wonders for your allergies. Now, the next thing we have to do is go ahead and flush out the coolant system. Now, this particular car has a 50,000-mile coolant system in it, so it's 60,000 miles on this. We've got to flush it. It hasn't been flushed for quite a while. We're going to do that. We're going to put in a new coolant. It's 5 years, 150,000-mile type of coolant. It's phosphate-free, silicate-free as well. So this will last for quite a while.
Sure. Now, if you're going to put one of these extended life grain antifreezes in here, what you want to do, of course, is flush your block good, collect the old antifreeze in a pan because, you know, it's toxic. You don't want to leave it around the driveway. We're going to recycle it. I'll need to do this outside with a hose.
That's a good point. While we're doing that, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to start working on the minivans, so stay with us.
I'll go ahead and clip this down.
When changing engine belts, it's a good idea to go ahead and change them all at once. The exception is the timing belt, which should be changed about every 60 to 80,000 miles, or as recommended by your owner's manual.
Brought to you by Gillette Right Guard Stick and Clear Gel.
When the male is in pursuit of the female, the slightest scent of unpleasantness may send the female running. Thus, I recommend Right Guard Clear Gel or Clear Stick. Powerful protection from ferocious odor and wetness that glides on clear with no flaky white stuff.
How far's the female?
A good 70 yards, mate.
I've made longer passes than that before.
Right guard, clear gel, and clear stick.
Anything less would be uncivilized.
If you think all ATVs are created equal, you've never ridden a Yamaha. The new Kodiak 400 Automatic and Big Bear 400 from Yamaha. Because out here, bears rule. Now, for a limited time, get low monthly payments on every Yamaha ATV and a great deal on a winch blower generator with select models.
If your replacement windshield isn't installed properly, you could have a slight leaking problem. That's why you should go to the pros. PPG ProStars certified technicians. Whether you need your windshield repaired or replaced, they're professionals who do the job right the first time. For PPG ProStars certified technicians, call 1-800-PPG-7011.
This is where most oil comes from. Out of the ground and into your engine. Sure, it's refined, but it still retains some sort of impurities. And quite frankly, I won't use it. Mobil One's a little different. It's man-made, it's fully synthetic and pure. And that purity means cleaner engines, less engine wear and better performance. I tell you, it's worth paying a little extra for.
Nothing outperforms Mobil One.
Hi, I'm Tracy Byrd, inviting you to join the experts every Sunday evening on TNN Outdoors. You'll see TV's best lineup of hunting shows. There's Buckmasters, Bill Jordan's Realtree Outdoors, Mossy Oaks Hunting the Country, and Remington Country. But that's not all. There's fishing, too, with Hank Parker's Outdoor Magazine, the Bassmasters, In Fisherman Television, and Bill Dance. It's a great night of hunting and fishing expertise every Sunday night on the home of the experts, TNN Outdoors.
Okay, it's coming off here, finally. Enough threads on this thing.
For sure.
Hey, welcome back to Shade Tree Mechanic. Well, Sam and I got the Chrysler minivan in here, getting ready to do our 100,000-mile maintenance now. Now, one of the first things we did is disconnect the battery. That's an important thing to do, isn't it, Sam?
Sure is. You want to make sure you do that so you don't short-circuit anything out.
Exactly. Now, I've also gone ahead, taken out our coil pack right here. Now, the reason I'm doing that is for a couple of reasons. One, we're going to take off the intake manifold, but secondly, car owner here replaced the spark plugs, but he didn't replace the spark plug wires. With the kind of miles this has on it and the kind of power this can put out, it's important to have good wires on it. I'll go get a pack.
Okay. Now, you can see this intake plenum here. It just wraps over the backside of the engine. I don't know how this guy changed the plugs. I know that was a wrestling match. But to thread those spark plug wires through here with this intake on, virtually impossible. So we're going to clean the throttle body anyway. Maybe we'll give this a good wash out, so we're taking it out. Following the service manual, disconnect the battery, take all your lines and hoses. There's a couple of brackets, a ground wire. I've got all that off now. All I need to do is get this coil pack out of my way, pull these 4 bolts out. Now, when you're doing this, again, pay attention to the length of the bolts. Make sure you know where they're going to go bad. Take an airline like I did and blow it off first before you open up the engine. That way you don't get any dirt inside. And we should be able to sneak this right out. Okay, we can pull this out of here. There we go. Now, with the 4 bolts out and everything out of our way, under this bracket, I'm just going to kind of slip this intake plenum out. Looks like I got it all disconnected. I can take it over to the bench, and I can clean this baby out.
Okay, good. Now you can see how that opened it up here. Makes it a lot easier to put the spark plug wires on. Now, I've got my wires here. Let me pull these out. Now, here's a little trick for you. First of all, that doesn't look too bad in there, Sam, but it does need to be cleaned. Anyway, here's our coil pack. What do you want to do? Take your wires apart like this. I'll lay these over here. Find a wire, disconnect it like this, and just run right on down to your, now Sam leaves these tools laying all over the place. Pull your wire off like so. There we go. Now take your old wire, match it up with one of your new ones here. So the easy way to do it is do it about like this. Looks like we found one there. This way you do it one at a time. You don't get all confused, get everything mixed up. Now, one other thing that you want to do, take a little bit of dielectric compound grease, put right here in the tip of your wires. What this does, it'll seal it from moisture, and it also makes these plugs go on a little, or the boots go on a little bit easier. So we'll slide this back on, string her through our coil pack like so, Right back down here on our spark plug. We'll do this with all of them.
All right, now we've got our plenum here in the wash tank. Now, you can take regular intake cleaner and spray out your throttle body if you like, but here's what I like to do. I like to take it apart. This is the throttle position sensor that mounts right here. This is a little plastic switch, and as you're spraying down inside the throttle body, if you get enough spray down there, it can travel down and perhaps damage the switch. These are expensive. They run $35 to $75 depending on the car. I'm going to get rid of that. Also, I like to pull it off because you can see you can really do a good job here. There's our throttle body. It's all carboned up. Now, this passage right here, okay, this is where the idle air controller mounts. Now, this is the idle air controller. This little pintle is like a faucet. It opens and closes by a signal from the computer. This is an electric motor. This plugs in here. I also want to get this out so I don't get solved with it, although I'm going to clean the pintle tip. I'll get these out of the way for now. And what that does is, if you look over here, the throttle position, the throttle plate is closed. So what you have is the idle air controller in here bypassing air from inside the throttle behind the throttle plate. That's what regulates your idle. If we want to get all this nice and clean, make it look good, and of course I'm going to replace the gasket up here, and you replace the gasket on the plenum. Look at these gaskets. They're as brittle as can be. They break right up. Make sure you put new gaskets on. And you can see, I mean, there's carbon like crazy in here. I'm going to clean off all the gasket surfaces, clean out the inside of this plenum. I'll take some spray, wash this all out.
Okay, now, got the spark plug wires on. You can see they're a lot easier to put on back here with the intake manifold off. Also, if you notice, I went ahead and I put new covers around the wires. These are protective covers just to help prevent chafe, keep them from rubbing on anything. And I've also then gone and cleaned off the intake manifold area here, the surface area of the old gasket. This way we're about ready to get started. Now, I've got a little trick for you. I took the new gasket and I put a little bit of contact cement here on it, just enough to hold. I don't want to glue the whole thing down, but I just want it to hold it. So when Sam brings the manifold over, then when we set this on here, it's not going to slide around on him. Let me get this lined up, push her down here, and I think we're all set. Sam, how you coming? We're ready for you.
All right, bud, I got this all set. This thing's all nice and clean. Throttle body's in. All the switches are back on. All we have to do is slide this in. You could normally just drop it right on, but we're going to have to slip it under this bracket back here. We want to be real careful of our gasket. Once we get it in place, I think we're doing pretty good here.
Yeah, slide her on.
Yeah, gasket moved a little bit. There we go. Then we put our bolts in, hook up our lines and hoses, and we're set to go.
Okay.
All right. All right, now this guy's done a great job of maintaining his vehicle. Done a lot of the do-it-yourselfer stuff, changes plugs and so on. But you can tell he didn't get into the throttle body of the fuel system. That throttle body was really nasty. We've got that and the plenum all cleaned out. Now we're going to go ahead and service his injectors. To do that, we're going to use a can of injector cleaner and a special valve that comes with it and this hose. And with the adapter, we tie right in here to the fuel rail Schrader valve. Now, before we go ahead, what I did was I unplugged the fuel pump connector underneath the car so the fuel pump won't run. Pull the vacuum line off your pressure regulator. Find that regulator in the end of the line. Plug it with a little golf tee. That works great. That raises the pressure on the regulator. That way we don't get any of this solvent or detergent back into the tank. All right, we open the valve here, and this thing should fire up. Dave, crank it up. Go ahead. Here we go. All we have to do now is let this thing run, and let it run for about, 15 minutes until the can's empty. These injectors will be spotless.
Exactly. You know, this is a prime example of what you can do if you do good preventive maintenance and regular maintenance. 100,000 miles is not a problem with this. It's been well maintained. In fact, he might get 200,000 miles out of it if he keeps it up.
That's right.
We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll show you some new products, so stay with us.
I've checked everything but the automatic transmission fluid. You want to give that a swipe, make sure the fluid level is good?
I'll do that. Sludge is a nasty paste of oil, water, and debris that accumulates in the oil pan and can really gum up your engine. Keep it at bay by changing your oil every 3,000 miles or as recommended by your owner's manual.
They just don't make them like this anymore.
1955. That's when Purelator invented the first spin-on oil filter.
Purelator's always been the innovator.
Invented the first oil filter, 1923. The first full-flow system, the first fuel injection system, and the first panel air filter.
That's impressive.
Nobody works closer with the auto manufacturers than Purelator, right? And even now, we're working on all...
He's an original, ain't he?
Just like Purelator.
Pure oil now, pure oil later, Purelator.
Good morning, Mr. Clark.
Morning, Tommy.
Good morning, Mr. Clark.
Morning, Tommy. Good morning, Mr. Clark.
Morning, Tommy.
Amazing, that car never ages.
To help keep your car young, protect your engine with Havoline Formula 3 motor oil. Add more life to your car. Reel in $10 and free here when you buy a case of Havoline Formula 3 motor oil. See stores for details.
Nobody tells these guys how to drive. Nobody tells them they can't race 700 horsepower trucks. And no one's going to tell them what tools to use. The 1999 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. Tough trucks, tougher drivers, the toughest tools. Craftsman makes anything possible.
Split-fire performance. You've always wanted it. Now you've got it. The legendary Split-fire spark plugs at the lowest price ever, only $2.99. And Split-fire triple platinum spark plugs, just $4.99. Hurry, they're going fast. Split-fire, because performance is everything.
What? They gave our room away?
Not what you want to hear. Then Super 8's where you want to stay, where VIP members get guaranteed rooms and 10% off. Clean, friendly Super 8. All the room you want.
Hey, Mark, come over here and check the clear on the left rear. This thing was so tight I couldn't turn when I aired one. It felt like the right front shock wasn't even on.
The Channel Lock Fall Classic, Saturday on TNN.
What are you doing, Dave?
I'm reading up on these brake pads.
All right.
Hey, welcome back to Shade Tree Mechanic. What'd you find?
Well, I got a little product here. This is the AT205 Reseal. This is from ATP Professional Auto Parts out of Morton Grove, Illinois. Now, here's the deal. This stops seal leaks. What it does, of course, is it softens and conditions hydraulic seals, stops the leak. You can use it in engines, transmissions, rear ends, differentials, all that kind of stuff. In fact, it's good with any rubber-based product. It'll seal sunroof seals. It's good for, taking care of wiper blades. And the neat part about it is it doesn't have any petroleum distillates in it. That way the seal won't get gummy and break down. It sells for $14.95.
Pretty nice product.
Yeah.
Well, look what I got here, Sam. What we have here, this is Bendix's Metlock brake pads. Now, this is a new product. This is really designed for severe, heavy-duty use that you would find primarily by fleet operators. This is long-lasting type of brake pad. And let me show you the pad. Got there, Sam?
Yeah.
Now, what they have, they got the Bendix's Metlock attachment process here, and what it does is it helps resist separation of the plate from the lining. And if you look on the back side of it, it's got the noise suppression shim on here as well. So these are quiet pads. These will fit minivans and sports utilities, this type of thing. They're about $60 a pair, and you can get these through Allied Signal Friction Materials out of Rumford, Rhode Island.
That's great. Now, hope you learned a lot about the difference between a 100,000-mile service and what it takes to get the car to 100,000 miles. Make sure you do some good maintenance.
You bet. Well, once again, we've run out of time. We'll see you again next time here on Shade Tree Mechanic.
Bye-bye.
Come on, let's go.
All right.
For more information about the products seen on today's show, visit our website at shadetreemechanic.com. There you'll find complete show summaries, product information, useful automotive tips, and a whole lot more. Browse around in our store for Shade Tree merchandise and tapes of your favorite episodes. For a VHS copy of today's episode, please refer to the offer number shown. You can also reach us by writing to the address on your screen. So stop by and see us at shadetreemechanic.com.
Brought to you by Purolator. We invented the business. And by TNN Engineering. Performance starts with TNN air filters.
The MB&A Gold 400, September 26th on TNN.
It's your time, it's our time to reach for the stars on TNN.
Next week.
10 days of our stars on TNN.
Shriekingly bland.
I'm wearing a fragrance.
Surprisingly low-key.
This is me excited.
He's Dr. Katz. So remarkably mild-mannered, you feel totally comfortable confiding your innermost secrets to him. And that's what makes him such a deviously brilliant therapist.
Oddly enough, a lot of it comes from the buttocks.
Dr. Katz, professional therapist. Monday night at 10 at Comedy Central.
It's on sale now at the Chrysler Hall Scope box office and all Ticketmaster outlets or charged by phone.
Here at Kawasaki, we want to take a moment to recognize the risk takers. Those who live on the edge. Those brave souls who buy another brand of ATV.
Unit 1, we got him.
Now that takes guts. Don't settle for anything less than the comfort, reliability, and engineering of a Kawasaki ATV.
Available at Casey Cycle City, J. Clyde Morris Boulevard, Newport News.
Today on Fast Tracks, Dover, Delaware is our destination. Dover Downs Raceway is called the Monster Mile. And racers from all corners of the country can tell you one thing. This concrete hurts. Besides NASCAR, there's horse racing, water sports on the Atlantic, and casino gaming. And check out this monster. The Dover Air Force Base houses the mighty C-5A Galaxy, and you'll be amazed at what this plane can do. So strap on the parachute, hold your breath, and pull the D-ring. We're going to Dover.
Today on TNN Fast Tracks, coast-to-coast racing action's on the way. From Dover Downs to Long Beach, we're going on a whirlwind tour over land, sea, and air. Each of our Fast Tracks locations shares these elements. St. Louis and Memphis go cruising on the river. Long Beach and Nashville swing through the racing grooves. And Dover rocks and rolls with some heavy metal.
Welcome to Fast Tracks. I'm Lisa Foster, and I'm excited about today's show. What? Because I'm walking on the Monster Mile, stock car racing's most famous concrete oval here at Dover Downs. Dover Downs Entertainment also owns Gateway in St. Louis, Memphis Motorsports Park, the Grand Prix of Long Beach, and the Nashville Speedway USA. High speeds and high risk await anyone brave enough to take on these tracks.
Doesn't take long for things to happen here.
Nashville, Tennessee is the home of country music and one of racing's most exciting tracks. Many of today's current stock car stars, including Darrell Waltrip, got their start at Nashville Speedway USA. The man in charge, Dennis McGlynn, says that this track is in for some major upgrades.
But of course, we're going to be spending a lot of time building our new speedway out in your neighborhood in Middle Tennessee in Wilson County with the new super speedway out there.
Memphis Motorsports Park and Gateway Speedway outside St. Louis, Missouri share the Mississippi River and a history of speed. Expansion plans are underway at both tracks.
St. Louis is a real exciting market for us. It's the 21st largest market in the country. We've got a 1.25 mile speedway there, and we're adding 20,000 seats to it to bring it up to 70,000 seats. And we're adding lights so we can do night racing out there. You know, it gets kind of warm out there in the summertime. Down in Memphis, it's another up-and-comer for us. We're doubling the seating capacity down there and adding more skyboxes, and NASCAR's added us to the Busch Series there this October.
He's going to spin. He's going to spin. He's going to block the track.
The Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach completes the coast-to-coast acquisitions for Dover Downs Entertainment.
By the time I saw him, I was up like this.
Dover Downs, the Monster Mile. This 1 mile strip of concrete deserves the name. Just ask Bobby Labonte, winner of the MBNA Platinum 400 last June.
We had about a fourth-place car. I got to Dale Jarrett, and I just kind of hung out there. I said, well, I think we can make it on gas, and those guys can't, so hopefully that'll be the case. And, I mean, it just came down to fuel mileage, and that's all it was about. And we weren't quite as good as the 24, the 20, and the 6. Could run with the 88, but just kind of hung there for a while. But, you know, this Interstate Pontiac ran great. That's the best I think I've ever run here. The pace just picked up a little bit.
Want to know what a race at Dover Downs looks like? Take a look. If you think racing is the only thing to do in Dover, have I got news for you. Today I'll take you to Dover Air Force Base, home of the C-5 Galaxy.
We have 38 C-5s located at Dover Air Force Base, the largest air transport plane in the world. Each one of those little planes costs about $140 million apiece.
Ever wonder how many Winston Cup cars just one of these giants can carry? You'll find out. The Cape May Ferry can actually transport more cars in one trip than the C-5. We'll take a cruise on this unusual ship. If shopping for unusual items is your bag, Byler Store is the place to fill that bag. Or if you want fresh steak, Jeff Haas can slice and dice one for you, lickety-split. In our travelogue segment, I'll fill you in on hotels, restaurants, and directions to your favorite Dover Downs destinations across the country. Our first travelogue takes us to Dover, Delaware. About an hour east of Baltimore and an hour south of Philadelphia, Dover is centrally located and can be accessed via U.S. Route 13, the major north-south dual highway in Delaware. Dover Downs Raceway is within the city limits on the northbound side of U.S. Route 13, just minutes from historic downtown Dover. Once there, you'll need a place to stay. One word of advice, though, make reservations early. With a limited number of hotels available, the rooms will fill up quickly during race week. The Sheraton is one of the most upscale hotels in the area and is just up the road from the Speedway on U.S. Route 13. Another option is camping at one of Delaware's many state parks. The closest to Dover, Killian's Pond State Park, features fishing, hiking, canoe, and boat rentals, as well as a water park. With 59 campsites that include electric and water hookups and a reasonable rate of $18 a night, it's quite a value. Now that the accommodations are in order, food is next on the agenda, and you'll certainly want to include Shuckers Pier 13. They offer a variety of seafood, as well as steaks, ribs, and chicken. Shuckers Pier 13 is located on U.S. Route 13, within walking distance of Dover Downs.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll show you an ocean-going sight you might not believe. Stick around.
The Outback has finally come to town. Introducing the Subaru Outback Sedan. A completely new kind of car that combines the rugged traction and control of full-time all-wheel drive with a decidedly uptown look.
My kind of town.
Outback Sedan, yet another first from Subaru.
We've heard your complaints about changing your oil filter, trying to grip that slippery filter. That's why Fram, America's #1 filter, now has Sure Grip, a rough textured top for easy gripping and installing.
It makes changing your oil filter a lot easier.
This is your car, your truck, your multi-purpose transportational type vehicle. It gets you to work, to here and there, and home in time for dinner. You use it, abuse it, and use it some more. Just one question. What have you done for it lately?
Oh, sure, you change the oil. Every 15,000 miles. You should be ashamed of yourself. You need to be nice to your vehicle. You need to buy it some energy release.
That's ER for short. Just one bottle treats your entire vehicle. What does this mean? It means the engine, transmission, differential, power steering. Put it in your riding mower. What are you looking at?
Energy release is not your typical additive because it's not a lubricant. It's better. It's a pure concentrate that works with the oil and grease type stuff you already got.
Whoa! How does it work? Spend a week with these guys. They'll tell you.
Bottom line, ER makes smoother metal, which means less heat, less friction, your vehicle runs better, and lasts longer. It means you save money. Bet that got your attention.
Come on. Just get the real stuff. Energy release.
If you can't make the trip to Dover, make sure to join us right here on TNN for the MBNA Gold 400 live from Dover Downs and the Monster Mile. It all happens September 26th. Pre-race coverage starts at noon, and the green flag drops at 12:30 Eastern Time. So join us for NASCAR Winston Cup racing like you've never seen before.
Our second Dover Downs travelogue takes us to Nashville, Tennessee. Getting there is easy. North of Birmingham on I-65, Nashville beckons with music and fun. And what could be more fun than racing? Nashville Speedway USA is located minutes from downtown at the Tennessee State Fairgrounds. From I-65, take the Wedgwood Avenue exit and follow the signs. The entertainment scene in Nashville provides plenty to do when you aren't at the track. And as you might expect, with so many attractions, accommodations aren't hard to come by. A word of advice, though, make your reservations for Race Week as soon as possible to assure your choice of location. Nashville also has no shortage of places to eat. From fine dining to fast food, you can satisfy just about any craving with little effort. Ruth's Chris Steakhouse is one of the nation's top restaurants, and if you like a great steak, a place you won't want to miss. For the past few years, we've shared some of the sights and sounds that make Dover, Delaware unique, from the pageantry of old Dover days to the patriots of the Dover Air Force Base. This time, we visited a few places that are a bit off the beaten path, but well worth the trip.
Hey, how you doing?
So you have infield tickets for the race, the RV's gassed up, and the barbecue grill is ready for heavy action, and you brought a cow along for the excitement you can only find at NASCAR races in Dover. Track officials won't let you take that cow to the infield. What can you do? So if the race fans come here and they'd like to get some fresh steaks for their grill when they're at the race, they could just come over here and get them, right?
Yes, they can.
Jeff Haas runs the family butcher shop, just like his father did before him. Open 3 days a week, Jeff can butcher a bovine faster than Mark Martin can lead a lap.
On the slaughter end of it, you can do one in about 25 minutes. One man. And then you can cut one up in about 2 hours.
And Jeff needs to be fast because business is booming. How many cows do you have here a week, would you say, that you have in your shop?
About 10 or 15.
Man, and how many hogs do you have?
40 or 50.
Oh, man. A lot of meat eaters up here in Delaware, I take it.
Yes.
This job is not for the squeamish or anyone with butterfingers. Now that the barbecue grill has a dancing partner, it's time to find all the dressings. If you're like me, you always have a big crowd at your tailgate parties. And Irma Yoder can fill your bill at Byler's, an unusual general store here in Dover.
Probably the most unique is our bulk food items. Hard to find items, whole grains, 20-some types of flours. We have probably 200 types of candies, pastas, a wide range of pastas. And people come out here just for unique things, and then just a little different take on bulk food and packaging and a lot better pricing.
Hungry yet? Too bad you don't have smell-o-vision. This store is nectar to the nose. The rarest thing I've found were these Amish dolls. Notice anything different? That's right, no faces. There's a large Amish population in Delaware, right down the street from Byler's. Well, a buggy ride might not be in your future, but our next stop might be right up your alley.
Rock and roll! We love you!
To keep your car rocking, protect your engine with Haviland Formula 3 motor oil. Add more life to your car. Reel in $10 in free beer when you buy a case of Haviland Formula 3 motor oil. See stores for details.
There's a lot more to working in AutoZone than looking up parts or ringing up sales. And it has to do with taking pride in taking care of customers. Like testing an old part before selling a new one, or simply having what they need when they need it. In other words, it's about taking care of people who take care of cars. And that's what we do best at AutoZone.
September 26th on TNN.
Our next travelogue stop is St. Louis. Just north of Memphis on I-55, St. Louis sits in the heart of the country. And just across the river from downtown St. Louis, literally in the shadow of the Gateway Arch, sits the city's newest attraction, Gateway International Raceway. It's easy to find, just off Highway 203 on Raceway Boulevard. Finding a place to stay in St. Louis is not a problem, but if you want the official hotel of Gateway International, you'll want to call early for reservations. The Radisson Hotel in downtown Riverfront is on 4th and Pine, just over the river from the track. Restaurants are also plentiful in the St. Louis area and accommodate practically every taste. Located in Union Station in downtown St. Louis, Deerdorf and Hart's Steakhouse is a sure bet if you're looking for a great American steak dinner. We're on board the Cape May Lewis Ferry that takes you from the shore of Delaware to the coastline of New Jersey. The trip takes about an hour and a half, and believe me, the extra time is worth it.
This boat is very special. It has about 3 places that you can eat, some of them inside, some of them outside. You can even make accommodations during certain parts of the year to use what we call the Red Room, which is a ballroom downstairs for special functions. We've had everything from political press conferences, national press conferences. We've had weddings, all kinds of special functions on the boat. But in the summertime, when it's really nice, and the tourists and the families, they'll get out and they'll hit every deck on the boat. They'll see everything. They'll get sun. We even have the crew will show them how to tie knots and get involved with them. We'll have some people come on with special critters that you can find in the beach area and such. So they have a good time. It's a beautiful ride, and it's a fun day. Today, we'll go across 5 or 6 times. In the summer, we might go across 22 times. We carry 1.3 million customers a year, but we carry 85% of those customers between May the 15th and October. We'll have 5 of these boats out here running all day in the summertime.
Well, we're almost to New Jersey, and I've got to say I'm a little bit sad this trip's coming to an end. So I guess I'll just turn the car around and head back to Delaware. We haven't seen all there is to see in Dover yet. And coming up, we're going to show you an aircraft capable of doing some amazing things. Land ho!
Hey, we're John Boy and Billy, semi-famous radio and racing guys.
And if we got a deal for you.
Still wonder who's cheating who's being true.
It's John Boy and Billy's Rockin' Country Racetrack.
2 hours of perfect music to hit the road by.
On 2 CDs and 2 cassettes.
Bad to the bone, lie to you. Now that's a honky-tonk truth.
You'll get great classic rock tracks from America's favorite bands.
And country boys who know how to put the pedal to the metal. And as a bonus, this collection includes actual pit talk from today's most popular drivers and their crews. Get John Boy and Billy's Rockin' Country Racetracks. You'll love it.
And if you buy now, it won't do us any harm either.
To order, call the number on the screen or log on to the website. Rush delivery available. Do it now.
Hunting for a show that will help you bag a 10-point buck? Well, you're on the right trail. Now all you have to do is take aim on the Buckmasters. Tonight at 6:30 Eastern and Pacific on TNN Outdoors.
Our next Dover Downs travelogue location is Memphis. Follow the Mississippi south from St. Louis, and you'll find Memphis, home of the blues and home to Memphis Motorsports Park. You'll find the Rockin' Racetrack just north of downtown off Highway 51. But before you head to the track, you'll want to find a place to come home to. If you'd rather be in the center of the action, try the Memphis Downtown Marriott. If, on the other hand, you'd prefer to be closer to the track, check out the Millington Inn, which is right on Highway 51. Motegi, Japan, site of NASCAR's goodwill to the world, lies about 9,000 miles away from Charlotte, North Carolina, home to most Winston Cup teams. Long before this race takes place, teams assemble cars, parts, tools, tires, and anything else they need for the long trip to the land of the rising sun. This mass of metal takes the slow boat to Japan, but there's a faster way, and the U.S. Air Force can do it.
If we were going to haul some Winston Cup stock cars, how many do you think we could get on here?
Half the starting field. We can put in 21. 3 wide and 7 deep.
So if, for example, they want to travel overseas, they could just make a couple of trips and take the whole field.
A couple C5s and we could take the whole field.
Taking off and landing with this much inside isn't easy, but these guys have it all figured out.
If you stretched, for example, the Monster Mile out end to end, could this big bird land there?
It certainly could.
It really could.
And we can also take off also.
That seems impossible, but you heard it here first, folks. This bird, although it is huge, it can land on the Monster Mile.
with a quick pit spot.
That's incredible.
The folks at Dover Air Force Base have a long, successful relationship with Dover Downs. When race day approaches, Tech Sergeant John Maynard has a large role during Dover race weekend.
We approximately get around 150 people together to help park the cars. What we do is we go to the local fundraiser sections of the high schools, and we ask for their help also. But the 3rd Airlift Squadron is primarily in charge of all the parking of the vehicles during the NASCAR races.
Which proves that teamwork is the name of the game, on and off the track.
From Monster Plains to the Monster Mile, we're not done yet. When we return, we'll take to the track for the next NASCAR race at Dover Downs.
If you think all ATVs are created equal, you've never ridden a Yamaha. The new Kodiak 400 Automatic and Big Bear 400 from Yamaha. Because out here, bears rule. Now, for a limited time, get low monthly payments on every Yamaha ATV and a great deal on a winch blower generator with select models.
Not a lot of people know what the SEAL does. I kind of like the idea of that.
You need to get in and, do your job and get out of there not being seen.
No SEAL gets left behind. Everybody goes home.
You have to be able to persevere and get the job done no matter what. I will not fail.
The kind of people we require, someone who can go hard or go home. I knew what I came in the Navy to do. I specifically came in to become a Navy SEAL.
We've heard your complaints about changing your oil filter, trying to grip that slippery filter. That's why Fram, America's #1 filter, now has Sure Grip, a rough textured top for easy gripping and installing.
It makes changing your oil filter a lot easier.
Brand new at the Home Depot, the Rigid Robo Grip 2.
After selling 12 million of the world's first self-adjusting one-handed pliers, Rigid introduces the new 10-inch Robo Grip 2.
Now it's bigger,
Stronger,
faster, and easier.
than ever before.
Oh, yeah.
Feels very strong.
It doesn't slip.
Now, with larger jaw capacity.
Perfect for those big jobs like sink traps and other large connections.
RoboGrip 2 generates 250% more torque for more gripping power where you need it most.
The hardened steel jaws automatically adjust to fit whatever you're working on.
Nuts and bolts, pipes and plumbing fixtures, knobs, valves, hanging hardware, and every kind of shape you can imagine. And the laminated steel construction is built extra tough for a lifetime of hard work.
Yeah, those things won't break.
I think I can go home and get rid of several different tools.
The RoboGrip 2. No toolbox is complete without it.
Call now to get your Rigid RoboGrip 2 for only $24.97 or find it at the Home Depot. RoboGrip 2, available in straight or V-notch jaw design, is backed by the Rigid lifetime warranty. Call now.
Our last Dover Downs travelogue takes us to the left coast. You can find Long Beach, California about 30 miles south of Los Angeles. Take the 405 freeway south to the 710 south and follow the signs to the beach. From there, take the West Willow Street exit down to Pacific. Turn left on Pacific and the raceway will be just down the street. Now for a place to stay. Good news here. With 4 major hotels within walking distance of the circuit, you should have little problem with accommodations. And even if you don't secure reservations in one of the 4, there are at least a dozen other hotels waiting to serve your needs. And being near the beach, you would naturally expect seafood to be on the menu. And at Parker's Lighthouse, you won't be disappointed. The menu includes fresh seafood as well as prime rib and chicken specialties. Dine with a spectacular view of the harbor and the Queen Mary. The enormous ocean liner is now retired and permanently moored in Long Beach. What's that famous saying, 1 if by land, 2 if by sea? Well, we've covered the seaside part. Now it's time for terrain transportation. And at 170 miles per hour, NASCAR's Winston Cup drivers come to Dover twice a year to test their mettle against each other and this track. And while Darlington may be too tough to tame, Dover can do some damage.
Trouble, main straightaway.
Springtime in Dover, sunny blue skies, temperatures in the low 90s, and 122,000 race fans cheering over the thunder of NASCAR racing at the Monster Mile. It doesn't take long for the Monster Mile to claim its first victims of the day.
Trouble. Main straightaway, Kenny Strader.
When the green flags fly again, Mark Martin takes advantage of the clean air and pulls away from the field.
By 2.8 seconds, Mark Martin has the advantage. He's already gotten around Jeff Gordon, and now he's challenging Dale Jarrett for third.
The rookie Tony Stewart starts a steady march through the field, and after the first series of green flag pit stops, takes the lead.
And Tony Stewart is going to take the lead. The sixth different...
The second caution of the day comes when Dave Marcus blows an oil fitting on the Realtree Chevrolet.
But oil on the speedway, and we are under caution.
Gordon capitalizes on the caution to make much-needed adjustments to the DuPont Chevrolet. For the next 100 laps, Gordon works his way to the front, and he takes the lead for the first time on the next round of green flag stops.
And that will cycle Jeff Gordon back around into the race lead.
Kenny Wallace got nailed.
The final caution comes when Kenny Wallace spins in turn 4. On the last caution lap, Bobby Labante's crew chief, Jimmy Maycar, calls the number 18 car in for an extra splash of gas. And that's the difference in the race, as Bobby Labonte stretches his fuel mileage to the limit, outlasting Jeff Gordon, who pits for gas.
Here comes Jeff Gordon, lap 394. He and Andretti will pit. The leader will be that man, Bobby Labonte.
Bobby Labonte takes the checkered flag and becomes the third driver in history to win the MBNA Platinum 400 from the pole.
Bobby Labonte wins here at Dover Downs International Speedway.
If you can't make the trip to Dover, make sure to join us right here on TNN for the MBNA Gold 400, live from Dover Downs and the Monster Mile. It all happens September 26th. Pre-race coverage starts at noon, and the green flag drops at 12:30 Eastern Time. So join us for NASCAR Winston Cup racing like you've never seen before.
Dennis McGlynn, President and CEO of Dover Downs Entertainment, joins us today to talk to us a little bit about that exciting May race. It was really something.
It was another great one here. We were really happy with it, and we're really looking forward to our final Winston Cup event of the season here at Dover Downs next week.
Bobby Labonte wins here at Dover Downs International Speedway.
We were really happy with the results. We had another record crowd, and we're going to look forward to what we get next week when we have the MBNA 400 again.
And what are some of the things that are going to be taking place here at Dover Downs?
Well, as usual, during the off-season, we'll be spending our time improving and expanding this facility here. We'll probably add another 15,000 seats to get us up to the 135,000 range and put us up there among the elite few in the Winston Cup ranks.
Well, I'll tell you what, you've always had a successful race here. We wish you well, and thank you so much again for being with us.
Thank you, Lisa. It's always a pleasure.
If you'd like to see some good Winston Cup races, you can join us here at the Monster Mile in Dover, Delaware. If you can't make it to Delaware, you've got a lot of other options. You can head on down to St. Louis, Memphis, Nashville, or go out to Long Beach, California. I'm sure they'd love to have you. Until next time, I'm Lisa Foster for Fast Track.
Hank Parker Outdoors, next on TNN Outdoors.
Hi, I'm Tracy Byrd, inviting you to join the experts every Sunday evening on TNN Outdoors. You'll see TV's best lineup of hunting shows. There's Buckmasters, Bill Jordan's Realtree Outdoors, Mossy Oaks Hunting the Country, and Remington Country. But that's not all. There's fishing, too, with Hank Parker's Outdoor Magazine, the Bassmasters, In Fisherman Television, and Bill Dance. It's a great night of hunting and fishing expertise every Sunday night on the home of the experts, TNN Outdoors.
The latest family movie fun is on Cox Pay-Per-View. It takes a band of baby geniuses to outsmart a group of conniving scientists. To escape his coal mining future, a West Virginia teenager looks to the October sky. A stubborn king falls for a feisty young teacher in The King and I. Get in on family fun without ever leaving home. It's fast, it's easy, it's Cox Pay-Per-View.
Hi, I'm John Parrish, Department Manager of Turf and Garden in Chesapeake, Virginia. Southern Bell products have been used successfully on home lawns, commercial sites, as well as golf courses for several years. So we're going to talk to some commercial applicators, possibly even some of your neighbors about their successes with Southern Bell. We'd like for you to stay tuned so you can find out how you can have the best year-round lawn as possible.
Watch Selecting Turf Grasses for Tidewater on HGTV, Cox Cable, Channel 27.
TNN Outdoors. Hi, I'm Tracy Bird, and we're here at Daystar Farms in Franklin, Tennessee. We've got a night brimming over with the biggest bugs, the hottest hunts, and by far the best experts, like Jackie Bushman. He dropped his biggest buck ever during a rifle hunt in Alberta, Canada, a 26-inch double drop tine buck scoring in the 190-inch class. You'll see it later tonight on the Buckmaster's Whitetail magazine. Hey, but first, let's kick off the evening with Hank Parker's Outdoor magazine.
You're watching TNN Outdoors.
Hey, today we got some great guests on the show. One guy, he's probably the youngest guy ever to win a NASCAR Touring Championship. He won the Goodies Dash Series a couple years back. He's now driving the Busch Grand National and a teammate to the other fella that I have. And that other fella is a real close buddy of mine. I've known him all his life, literally. He's Hank Parker Jr., and he, too, is a NASCAR Busch Grand National driver. So they're teamed up. And, you know, they've had me in their environment for the last couple of weeks. I've been going to the races, and they pick on me a little bit. But today, I got them in my environment. So we're going to be doing some real serious bass fishing. And I'm going to probably take it easy on them. Nah, I doubt it. What is that, Mondo?
Come back to my boat.
Okay, look what I call.
Let's see, where'd you catch that fish now?
Caught a fish, man. How about that?
It's pretty nice one there.
We're catching fish. Hank Jr., come back here. I want you guys to look over here at the camera. We got the sun coming up.
Okay.
I want to introduce these good-looking young men.
Come on,
this
Hank,
is my buddy right here. This is Lyndon Amick. Lyndon Amick is with Team Amick, number 35. Who's your sponsor, Lyndon?
Scanner, Powertail, and Erickson.
And that's your sponsor on your race car. You got your phone on? You're looking good, man. This is Hank Parker Jr., and who's your sponsor, Hank Parker Jr.?
Bass Angler Sportsman Society.
And your daddy. It's going to be a tough day for these two guys, so it's going to be fun. You stay with us. I'm Hank Parker. They're Lyndon and Hank.
Hank Parker's Outdoor Magazine. In our second decade, featuring the finest in outdoor family entertainment. This season, Hank's show is brought to you in part by AC Delco Voyager batteries. If you're not asking for it, you're asking for it. And by Kelly Tires. A good deal on a great tire.
The house needs painting, the grass needs mowing. Where's he at? He's gone fishing.
Son of a gun. He hit my spinner bug. He wouldn't take it, but he bit my little jig. How about that? What do you think there?
That was some of that professional stuff there, wasn't it?
Professional there. That was
professional.
You like that, huh?
That was an unfair advantage there. That was. He went there and picked his pocket, it looked like. He did. He threw a sales pitch on that fish, couldn't let it go, could he? That was illegal. I know what some of the problem is.
What's that?
I think it's just a myth that people have to wake up so early and go fishing. Maybe that the fish feel the same way that I do. They don't want to wake up till about 10:30, 11 o'clock. What's wrong with that idea? I have to agree with you on that one, Hank. Think I'm right? I think you're definitely right.
Do y'all think the fish are still asleep?
Maybe they're just laying in bed a little while.
Laying in bed a little while. I think they got up early this morning. I don't even know if they went to bed or not.
I just can't believe the way you picked that fish. We're sitting there throwing these spinner baits.
Hank Parker Classic spinner bait.
Hank Parker Classic spinner bait on my Hank Parker rod, and you drop one in there. Why come you didn't do that around these other trees?
Well, I didn't get a bite around those other trees.
I'm still front-ended a little bit, but...
You're getting front-ended real bad, but let me tell you something.
At least you're catching the fish. That's
Hank Jr., do not throw at those little sticks over there, because that's where Lyndon's going to throw.
That's reserved.
Got a fish.
You got an excited fish.
You excited, Hank?
Excited fish.
Look at him. Watch him. I thought he'd jump for me one more time.
He's going to.
No, he's not. Is he going to jump, Lyndon?
Yeah.
He is going to jump? I don't think he is. I think he's gone.
Okay.
Do you think he's gone? He bit that jig and pork rind. That's where you like to stick one. See how he's stuck? Right at the top of the mouth.
I see that. Now, why would that be?
Because he'll never, ever come off. You could wait a million years, and I'm going to tell you something.
A million years?
That's a long time.
Well, you have surpassed your ability today.
Why? I got to get me some needle-nose pliers to get my bad boy loose. Okay.
So you caught all the fish, big ones.
That's part of the game, Lyndon.
That's why you're...
That's why I brought you out here, just to stroke my ego.
Yeah, that's exactly why we call it Hank Parker's Outdoor Magazine instead of Lyndon Amick's Fishing Show.
Lyndon's got a little ways to go with his fishing, but I tell you, he is one awesome race car driver. You know, I tried my hand in that a little bit, and it is a lot more difficult than what it looks like. These guys get out there and go 190 miles an hour and love every second of it. It beats all I've ever seen. Hank Jr., I am so proud of that kid. He works so hard. He is so dedicated. He's very, very determined to make it to the big league. And at the rate he's going, I don't doubt it.
Falling way back. Hank Parker Jr. leads him to the green in the 53 car. Remember, your lead lap car's on the outside. Lap number 40 of 197. And we're back.
The perfect spinnerbait would be a bait with ultra-thin wire for maximum vibration that never needed tuning and won't break. My new Thai Classic from Mann's is that and more. Mann's took my Classic with its 24-karat gold-plated blades, added a bulletproof titanium wire, a Teflon-coated hook, and a new skirt. I've caught over 150 fish on one Thai Classic and didn't even have to tune it. My new Thai Classic from Mann's Bait Company is without a doubt the greatest spinnerbait in the world. Hey, what do you look for in a fishing rod? I tell you what I like. I like a rod that feels good, that is super sensitive, lightweight, durable, and lightning fast. That's why a lightning rod is my favorite rod. Not only mine, it's America's #1 selling graphite rod. And with the new actions and the new chrome-plated stainless steel guide, it's more durable, it's more responsive, and it's more sensitive than ever before. Berkeley Lightning Rod, one awesome fishing rod.
No other batteries get on board my boat because they're reliable.
I think I've been a little stubborn about AC Delco Voyager.
Yeah, I've been thinking the same thing, Hank. You have been stubborn. I'm kidding. Truth is, the AC Delco Voyager is reliable and durable.
I agree. It's the best all-around deep cycle battery I've ever seen.
Finally, Hank and Jimmy agree.
That spinnerbait of yours is something.
Yeah, that's the best.
I didn't say it was best.
Whose is better?
Mine.
Oh, man, the blades don't even matter.
Well, some things never change.
Oh, Hank.
Hey, I've seen your type before.
You're a user and an abuser. You push and you don't care what you have to go through to get there. Oh, yeah. I know all about guys like you. You're into power and you're into control. The party's over, pal. Because now I got him in Coda, too, huh? So how do you like them apples, fish boy, huh?
Minn Kota. Anywhere, anytime.
If you think all ATVs are created equal, you've never ridden a Yamaha. The new Kodiak 400 Automatic and Big Bear 400 from Yamaha. Because out here, bears rule. Now, for a limited time, get low monthly payments on every Yamaha ATV and a great deal on a winch flower generator with select models.
Hey guys, if you have thinning hair, call 1-800-HAIR-CLUB now, and we'll send you our new 40-page hair loss update. It covers the most up-to-date information on hair growing drugs and methods, as well as Hair Club's most natural-looking, non-surgical hair development to date.
You don't feel any difference in this hair, this hair.
Now that I am a Hair Club client, I would never go back.
Call 1-800-HAIR-CLUB now and get your free booklet. That's 1-800-HAIR-CLUB.
Hank Parker's Outdoor Magazine. Celebrating our second decade in outdoor family entertainment.
Well, tell us a little bit about your racing experience, Lindsay.
This year
This year.
has been an up and down experience. Let's see, we've been qualifying pretty good.
Been qualifying great. You were third at Las Vegas. That's pretty awesome. You ran against Mark Martin and Jeff Gordon. You had those guys covered for a while, but your motor blew up. Why'd you blow your motor up? You know if you put oil in that? If you put Quaker State in there, you wouldn't have that problem.
That's probably what the solution is, because you know Gordon runs Quaker State. Maybe that's what I'm doing.
Well, I'm trying to tell you. So I'll give you a hand here. All right, Hank Parker Jr., you didn't blow up. You had Quaker State in your car, didn't you?
That's correct. I didn't blow up, but I didn't run near as good either. So.
Well, if you don't put oil in it, you're fast for a second.
But that's maybe I just had too much. Maybe that's one of our problems. I'm sorry for that.
These guys like to race, and I like to fish. And it takes a lot of fish to pay for one set of race tires.
You can say that.
Your dad likes to raise chickens, doesn't he?
He likes chickens.
That's good. How many pounds of chicken does Amick Farm raise and harvest per week?
Right now, they're about 4.5 million pounds a week.
4.5 million pounds of chicken a week. That's more than I eat.
That's more than I eat in a given week most of the time. Good God.
He's wrapped up in the
bush.
The branch here.
There
you got him, man.
That fish, I saw it. Did you see it?
I didn't see him until after you hooked him.
He's tagged, didn't he? He's tagged. That's a big one.
Oh, it's a 10-pounder, boys. Baby. Oh. How about that?
That's a big fish.
That's a good thing, ain't it, Hank?
That's a beautiful fish there.
Hey, you know what I told you earlier?
Before you drop it right in there on him.
But you know what I told you about how lethargic these fish are and how difficult they are to catch?
Yep.
And what we need to do is just sneak in there and make these little easy.
Yeah.
What do you think that fish will weigh?
That fish will go 10 pounds.
That's easy 10.
Huh?
That's easy 10 there.
That fish will weigh a good solid 9.5 to 10. Isn't that big?
That's a huge fish.
That's a big one, too. Should I keep it?
Maybe you should let me keep him.
Maybe I should hold on.
I can take him home with me.
You want to catch him? Let me have you spinnerbait. You can catch him. Here, give me a spinnerbait. Give me a spinnerbait. Seriously, you can catch him. Okay. Oh, come on.
Missed him.
Missed it. Had the bait right in his mouth.
If I'd had the right equipment,
you missed that big
fish. If
fish.
I'd had the right equipment, it'd have been over.
You missed that big fish, Lennon.
That was a
Man.
good catch.
I saw the fish myself earlier, but
Let me tell you, let's explain to the camera what we're doing. Do you want to explain to them? Come here, Lennon.
You explain.
No.
I'm just watching.
Come on, you explain. Tell them what's going on here, Linda.
Basically, we're in a situation where the fish are not biting what we're throwing at them, so they are very well trained, I think, here in this pond. So you're sneaking in on them, basically, what I saw, dropping it in pretty quiet, like a real bait.
And that was the deal. That is pretty good analysis. I like that. That's kind of like saying you're a little bit tight, so you want take a little wedge out.
Take a wedge out.
That was good. So we've taken a little wedge out. What we got is the pond, the lake, is really warming up from the winter, and it's warming up so fast these fish are suspended. It's gone from like 50 degrees to about 60 degrees in a day and a half or 2 days. So these fish are real lethargic. They've moved up in this heavy cover, and it's so hard with 3 guys, and 2 guys here
don't have a clue, or I don't.
Are real professional fishermen, and I'm kind of a novice. So it's hard to figure out how to get flipping sticks or whatever and sneak through this cover and flip and catch these lethargic fish. But that's probably what we're going to have to do. We've had a few fish hit the spinnerbait, and we've had a lot of fish swirl behind it, and we've had a lot of fish spook from just the line coming across the top of them, which you'll see a lot of times in the spring of the year and the fall of the year when the water starts to change temperatures on the surface. So that's what we're faced with, and we're trying to figure out how to catch them. And I'm getting some expert help here from these guys. Hank Parker Jr. is really a contributor. He's been right by my side the whole way.
I can definitely vouch for that one. He's been on the front.
Well, you've hogged the back of the boat ever since you got started. You know, Kelly makes a safari tie for just about every light truck driver on the road, or off, for people into social climbing or just socializing, for people who run rivers or errands, for people who think trucks are for hauling or for hauling. You'll never believe it, but they even make safari tires for people who think this is a great fishing hole.
There's a lot more to working in AutoZone than looking up parts or ringing up sales. And it has to do with taking pride in taking care of customers. Like testing an old part before selling a new one. Or simply having what they need when they need it. In other words, it's about taking care of people who take care of cars. And that's what we do best at AutoZone.
If you love performance, you're gonna love this. The legendary split-fire spark plugs at the lowest price ever, only $2.99. And split-fire triple platinum spark plugs, just $4.99. Hey, what are you waiting for? Split-fire, because performance is everything.
To plan your greatest hunting or fishing adventure ever, visit the new TNN Outdoors Guides and Outfitters directory. Look in the outdoor section of our website, country.com. Go to country.com, your personal source for all things country.
It's a place where the hunting is great and where there's a wide variety of game. It's a place where you can learn to be a better hunter. Welcome to Remington Country, tonight at 10:30 Eastern and Pacific on TNN Outdoors. Hunting for a show that will help you bag a 10-point buck? Well, you're on the right trail. Now all you have to do is take aim on the Buckmasters, tonight at 6:30 Eastern and Pacific on TNN Outdoors. This is TNN Outdoors.
And now back to Hank Parker's Outdoor Magazine, America's favorite family outing.
You know, talk a little bit about live bait fishing. You go to Florida sometimes and they take these big shiners that weigh 1.5 pounds and catch 10, 11-pound bass. A lot of fish that you cannot catch on artificial bait, you can catch on live bait. And it takes a little bit less expertise than it does with artificial bait, so they're a lot easier to trick. So You know, I was front-ending these guys so bad I felt sorry for them, so I decided we'd go down and use a little live bait. Now, I'm going to tell you, when you're fishing a lake and conditions are really, really tough and fishing is not very good, you can always go to live bait and catch some fish. So here we're going to use some live brim. We caught them right there out of the lake. They're good and fresh and very lively. So it's a good way to catch a really big fish. And we just rigged them up just like we were fishing with a Carolina rig worm or a Carolina rig lizard, and it's a pretty neat way to catch a big fish. So watch what happens with these guys. A lot of fun. That is a butterball, isn't it?
What do you think about that?
That's a pretty big fish. That's only 2 pound, pound and a half.
That's good for your sponsor, yeah. That's a bass.
That is a bass.
That's 2, 3 pounds. All right, put it back. Don't sit there and let it dry out. Look at this. Hurt that fish. Didn't hurt her bad though, did it? Yo! Didn't like it, did you?
That was pretty good, man.
There's a Mexican woodpecker high in the tree. Oh, my beak, oh, my beak. Do you guys know what that woodpecker pecks with?
His beak?
Nope.
His tongue.
His tongue. What a right answer is
got
his
it,
tongue. What have you got? What have you got?
So we get back out of the way.
Here, you get over here. You be the star. I get to run the trolling motor? Yeah, bring him on this side of the boat. He don't want to come to this boat. He don't like that, does he? Yeah, I got it. I got it. Ain't bad, is it? Ain't bad. It's not near as big as Hank, so it's, I don't know. What do you think? I believe that's bigger than Hank.
I don't know about that.
What do you think? I believe that's a good bit bigger than Hank's, don't you?
Well, if I had to say so, I'd have to say, yeah, probably.
These boys couldn't catch them on a spinner bug or a jig, so we decided we'd go fishing with live brim. And I think it's working pretty good.
It's working for me, that's for
You like it, don't you?
I like it.
All right. You good one?
Yeah.
Why are you breathing hard, man?
He's pulling me pretty hard.
Don't let him break your little string. Why are you nervous? London, he's nervous. Bring him over here, Hank. He's catching fish. Is that why he's nervous?
I would help me out here. Help me out. What do you think about that?
I don't know. Do you want to see it, Landon? I don't want to see that fish. I don't believe he caught one. Missed him, Hank. Missed him, Landon. Imagine that. It happens like that sometimes, though. Yes, it does. Some days you finish the race, some days you blow a motor.
I appreciate all that extra help there. That was
exciting, wasn't it?
That was nice.
Everybody needs a bait, huh? Once again, I think you surpassed yourself.
I believe this is my style of fishing right here. What do you think?
Introducing the first Suzuki ATV, available in your choice of manual or automatic transmission. The Quad Runner 500, an all-new Quad Master 500. The choice is yours. Buy a selected Quad Runner and get a super winch for just $49.95 and great financing.
There's a lot more to working in AutoZone than looking up parts or ringing up sales. And it has to do with taking pride in taking care of customers. Like testing an old part before selling a new one. Or simply having what they need when they need it. In other words, it's about taking care of people who take care of cars. And that's what we do best at AutoZone.
Had him loose. I think I just now lost him. Pull and try to get the hold. Nope, he's still there. Still there. Still there. Still there. Still there. Here he comes. Look at that. Here he comes. Here him comes. Oh, man, I can't believe that. He came out.
How much do you think that fish weighs?
That fish weighs 6 pounds.
That's a pretty fish.
Don't you think?
I'd say somewhere.
6.5.
There's a lot of work, too, when you get around that.
You've been eating shad, that was bad.
I'll take your word for it.
Hey, let me tell you, it's really tough when you got to work with guys like these. Try and do a television show. One's in a bush in front of you, one's in the bush behind you. We've hung up all day long, but they can drive a race car, or at least they think they can. One day I'm going to get out there and show them really how to do it. But Lyndon Amick, formerly known as London, thanks for being with me today. You were just a wonderful guest. You sat back there and hung up all day long and didn't catch any fish, so I really do appreciate that.
Well, it's just great to be here.
Frank Parker, it's always a privilege to have you because I've wore you out since you was 2 years old. Nothing's changed, has it?
Well, I'll tell you what, you stick to fishing, and I'll stick to driving the race car, buddy. I believe it's the other way around when you get in the race car, so.
You think you can outrun me? I guess we got caught here, so I'll go ahead and confess. We don't always quit shooting the show when we run out of light. We were just having so much fun. And then that fish turned out to be so big, we couldn't resist getting him on television. Anytime I can beat up on these two guys where I have bragging rights, you know I'm going to take advantage of it. So it was a great day. You know, it was so unfair to Lyndon and Hank. I front-ended them bad, but that's the nature of Dream Lake. You got all these trees and all this brush. It's just so hard for a guy in the back when you're trying to keep the boat position, or at least that's my story, and I'm sticking with it. So we went to a little live bait action there where Lyndon and Hank had a chance to catch a big fish. It was really a lot of fun for me. And these two guys, I mean, they really work hard at their job. So it was fun for me to get the chance to abuse them a little bit on the water. So I hope you enjoyed the show today, and I really, really appreciate you being with me. God bless you. I'm Hank Parker.
Hank's Show is brought to you in part by AC Delco Voyager batteries. If you're not asking for it, you're asking for it. Don't be sorry. Use America's strongest, Berkeley Trilene. Garmin, the #1 name in GPS, has now gone fishing. Kelly Tires, a good deal on a great tire. Man's Bait Company, quality lures made in America. Minn Kota, anywhere, anytime. Quaker State, for protection beyond 3,000 miles under any driving conditions. Radica Fishing Games, you can feel the fish on the line. Ranger Boats, we still build them one at a time. And by Abu Garcia, Berkeley Rods, Mercury Outboards, Mustad Hooks, Plano Tackle Systems, and Uncle Josh.
The house needs painting, the grass needs mowing. Where's he at? Gone fishing.
Hey, stay with us. We'll be right back after these commercial messages. Like they say, commercial.
Messages?
Messages. We'll be right back after these moments. You want to try it again?
You're watching TNN Outdoors. The Buckmasters, next on TNN Outdoors. Tonight on TNN Outdoors. Wow! If you're not reeling in the big ones like these, you need some in-fisherman television.
One thing important when you're fishing any
Tips
type
that will have you catching fish like the pros. Plus, destinations that will have you packing your bags. It's all on in-fisherman television. Tonight at 8 Eastern and Pacific. On the home of the experts, TNN Outdoors.
to grow, it needs knowledge, and it needs imagination. That's why we offer high-speed internet connections and hundreds of channels of programming. Things that connect you to a world of endless possibilities.
This is the greatest dream the world has ever seen. This is the greatest life we're living in the now. Now's the future.
Cox Communications.
Now you're living.
Weeknights only on Cox TV. They say doctors don't make house calls anymore, but look who's dropping by your place 5 nights a week.
Let me take a wild guess.
It's Mark Sloan.
Of course.
The good doctor who has no patience for bad guys.
Yeah, that makes sense.
5 nights a week. Let Doc Sloan cure your primetime TV viewing blues.
That's a good idea.
And best of all, he'll never burn you with a bill. Diagnosis Murder. 5 times a week on Cox TV.
American hunters, the phrase big game usually means whitetail. That makes sense. After all, it's the #1 game animal in the country. But the opportunities for American big game go well beyond whitetail, as you'll see during the big game extravaganza on Bill Jordan's Realtree Outdoors. It's up later this evening. Hey, and speaking of big, wait till you get a look at the bruiser buck that Jackie Bushman pulls down tonight on Buckmaster's Whitetail magazine. It's coming up next.
Welcome to the world of Buckmasters. Now here's your host, Jackie Bushman.
Hi, folks. Welcome to today's show, and we've got a great show for you today. Folks, we've been doing this for about 10 or 12 years, and this is the biggest buck that we've ever taken on the Buckmasters Whitetail magazine. It's in Alberta, Canada. Hang in there. We'll be right back.
The Buckmasters Whitetail magazine with Jackie Bushman is brought to you by your local Yamaha dealer, who invites you to see their exciting line of motorcycles, ATVs, and snowmobiles. Budweiser, to good times and the great outdoors. This Bud's for you. Radica, get real, get Radica. Wizard Works, bringing you the best-selling hunting line of computer software. Wellington, makers of America's #1 deer lure, Tinks number 69 doe and rut buck lure. Remington Country, where you want to be. Bill Jordan's Realtree, America's most versatile camo pattern. Duck's Back, for life in the open. Federal Ammunition, knockdown power. Nikon, binocular scopes and rangefinders for a better look at your world. Jennings, makers of the Buckmaster, America's most popular bow. Lacrosse, legendary performance. Scent Lock, get close, go undetected. And by Imperial Whitetail Products, providing proven quality antler building products since 1988.
Bears. They're among the most skillful, most agile, most playful, and most resourceful creatures in all of the wild. Especially the green ones. Bear Tracker from Yamaha. 'Cause out here, bears rule.
Hi, folks. My son Jackie and I want to tell you about the exciting Like Dad's Buckmasters photo contest. It's from Liberty, makers of great camouflage apparel for adults and kids. It's real simple. All you got to do is send in a snapshot of your favorite hunting buddy, and you and your youngster can win a free hunting trip with me.
Hey, Dad, don't forget about the free Liberty jacket.
That's right, free Liberty jackets.
Hey, Dad.
Oh, good shot. Here's how to enter. Call now, 1-800-725-6266 for your entry form today.
From the makers of Deer Hunter, Wizard Works brings the thrill of the hunt to your personal computer with a full line of hunting adventure games. Wizard Works, bringing the great outdoors to your computer.
I'm Dale Earnhardt. When I'm not racing, I'm usually hunting. And Bass Pro Shops is the place I shop.
Be sure to visit one of our superstores and call for your new Redhead Hunting Catalog by Bass Pro Shops, filled with thousands of top-quality items to help you succeed in the outdoors. Call 1-800-BASS-PRO now for your free catalog.
And Johnny Morris and his folks always give me fast, friendly service.
Call 1-800-BASS-PRO now.
The Buckmasters crew has traveled to Alberta, Canada many times over the past several years, usually with moderate success. But there were always stories of big bucks being seen either before they got there or after they had left. And one buck in particular has haunted Jackie for years. A buck he has never seen. One that appropriately was called the Drop Time Buck. This year, Jackie made a special effort to get to Alberta the first week of the season and made sure he did everything possible to give him the edge, including eliminating all odors before heading to his stand.
Shit. Look at that. Well, how about that? Look at that, folks. That's the Drop Time buck. That is last year's shed. Look at that, got the kickers. Look at this other little drop right here that came off the beam. There's the Drop Time. This must be an omen. I'm gonna leave this right here so I can get it on the way back when I come back in, but man, somebody's telling me something.
Just after daybreak, a couple of small bucks come past the stand on a steady walk. They seem to realize they've already stayed out too late and are anxious to get to the thick cover. A doe comes by and nervously looks back. Jackie isn't quite sure what's going on until he spots a coyote coming toward his stand. That's about as exciting as it got that first week of the season, and Jackie had to leave without ever seeing a good buck. Later in the month, Jackie returned to Alberta to be greeted by local resident Kevin Stepanski with his tremendous 20-point whitetail. Jackie was convinced this was the buck he had been hunting all these years but had never seen, until he remembered the drop tine on the shed antler he had found was on the right side, not on the left. Early the next morning, from his stand deep in the woods, Jackie could see deer walking the edge of the field in the distance. Even though there are no drop tines, the rack is definitely wide and heavy. A very impressive buck. As the big buck angles down off the field into the brush, Jackie gets ready. It's not long before the deer start filtering through the woods past the stand. Even the button bucks have a sense of the time of year as they engage in some friendly competition. Another buck watches from a distance before moving on. Sometime later, the last deer to pass within sight of the stand make their way to the thick cover. Still no sight of the big buck on the ridge. Apparently he had gone another route. After the morning activity dies down, Jackie heads back to camp.
Two, three. Boy, that's a heck of a buck bedded up right next to those does right there. Man, oh man, oh man. That's him. That's the drop time. My gosh, he's 800 yards, and look how tall his rack is. Man, oh man, oh man.
And now it's time for Gear for Deer, presenting the best in new and hunter useful products for $19.99. Brought to you by Yamaha. This week's feature item is the new Set-Up Seat by API. API has long been the leader in tree stand technology and comfort. Now, they've taken the misery out of hunting from the ground with the Set-Up Seat. The Set-Up Seat will keep you up off the ground, out of the mud, snow, and rocks. The comfortable cushioned seat is slightly angled and allows you to keep your feet flat on the ground. It weighs less than 3 pounds and comes with its own carrying strap. Now, let's check the Young Bucks mailbox, brought to you by Crosman Air Guns.
Well?
Is it time to read another letter from the Young Bucks?
Boy, if it ain't, it ought to be.
Sure is. Let's open our popular black mailbox and take out the question for the week.
All right, who's writing us today?
This is from Brendan Dressler, age 12, Mount Pleasant Mills, Pennsylvania.
Hey, Brendan.
Brandon asks, what does estrus mean? Estrus. Wasn't that character on Gunsmoke?
Oh, God.
No, that's Festus.
That was
Festus.
Boy, I didn't think he'd get this one.
Estrus.
All right, Red, what is it?
Well, it happens to be the estrus is the period of time when the doe is receptive to breeding by the buck. That way there's fawns in the spring. That's the estrus period.
Well, it had nothing to do with Gunsmoke.
Had nothing to do with Gunsmoke.
Absolutely nothing. Brandon, thanks for writing in. We're going to send you a brand new shotgun red dog with the new hunting vest. I'm going to autograph you a Young Bucks hat. Now, what are you going to do, Festus?
I'm going to send him a picture of me and not Festus.
And also, Crossman's going to give you a brand new air rifle. Thanks for writing in.
Kids, send your questions to Young Bucks mailbox, P.O. Box 244022, Montgomery, Alabama, 36124. For your very own shotgun red doll, call 1-800-477-BUCK. Now, let's turn the spotlight on the Buckmasters American Deer Foundation, a nonprofit organization established by Buckmasters to enhance wildlife habitat and improve the lives of the needy and disabled. This week, we're featuring disabled hunters. The Deer Foundation, through the Buckmasters Disabled Services Program, has helped and encouraged thousands of individuals to get back into the outdoors by showing them where and how to get started again. Buckmasters works hard to encourage landowners and commercial operations to create opportunities for the disabled. Buckmasters and Jeff Foxworthy have teamed up to create the top 10 reasons you might be a redneck bow hunter t-shirt. A portion of the proceeds go directly to help the Deer Foundation Disabled Hunters Program. Join Buckmasters on an incredible journey across North America in this 2-volume big game video series on hunts for the grandest of big game animals: moose, elk, caribou, bighorn sheep, and black bears. You'll come face to face with the monarch of the North, the Alaska moose. Hunt the Arctic tundra for trophy caribou. Climb high in the Rocky Mountains for elk and mule deer and see a 42-inch ram taken. With 25 on-camera shots, you'll witness the world's record Thule elk taken with a muzzleloader. Order now. Call 1-800-477-BUCK.
You didn't get this close by being lucky.
He didn't get this big by being careless. You take a deep breath. He takes a big whiff. Are you busted? Or are you wearing scent lock? Get close. Go undetected with scent lock.
It's where you get to punch paper instead of a time clock. It's where skyscrapers aren't made of concrete. It's where you won't find any traffic jams, but honking nonetheless. This is Remington country. It's where you'd rather be.
Here, boys, with Buckmaster from Radical, you can go deer hunting anytime.
How's that? Oh, it ain't hunting season.
It's the new deer hunting game from Radical. You know, them boys that created bass fishing. It's just like the real thing.
It ain't hunting season. Ooh, there's some scrapes and rubs.
Radical puts everything in there. Wind directions, scent options, weather conditions, calls, droppings. But y'all better watch out for the bears.
I got a buck in my sight. Ooh, this sucker kicks when you fire. Oh, it's hunting season, man.
Buckmaster, the only real deer hunting experience any season. Get real. Get Radical.
Tonight on TNN Outdoors.
Yes.
Find out the secrets the pros use when one of America's leading fishermen, Bill Dance, takes you along to some of the best fishing locations in the country.
Now, here's something else you might find interesting.
Bill will show you the latest techniques and how to use the newest products. It's fishing information for every angler. Bill Dance Outdoors, tonight at 8:30 Eastern on TNN Outdoors. If you're looking for the best place for hunting, your search is over. Bill Jordan will put you on the right trail with an informative half hour of hunting tips and strategies. It's Bill Jordan's Realtree Outdoors, tonight at 7 Eastern and Pacific on TNN Outdoors.
Welcome back. As Jackie, unable to move in any closer, nervously waits for the big buck to make his move.
They're up. They're up. Here we go. A long way out. Post down here. If they cut across this fence, I might be able to get a shot. I gotta get to right here. Man, chance I got. If they cross that fence and cut back this way, only chance I got. I'm back. Fence. He's crossing first. Still too far. Oh man, you gotta cut back. You gotta cut back. There you go. Right on top of that, come to that dike right there. Yes. Yes. Yes.
God, that's space.
Folks, I had to compose myself. I am still shaking. Is this not a great buck? Golly, this is my dream buck right here, the drop tine buck. Look at that drop tine right there. He's got two. But check out this one right here. Isn't that something? You know, that first morning we went out, I mean, it just must have been an omen. I'm walking down the trail, pitch black, dark, and I look over something white, pick it up. It's the shed of this buck right here. And I look back at my producer, Gene. I said, this could be an omen. And we hunted hard, you know, the first few days, and we didn't see that much. It was kind of hot, full moon. And then when we got started back, you know, the weather got a little bit cool. The small bucks were chasing the does, and we got set up down close in the cottonwoods, and we were sitting above the grain field. You know, the deer were going to the grain, and hopefully we were going to be able to cut them off on their way back from the grain back to the cottonwoods. And we were sitting there early this morning, and I looked on the edge of the field right there. I could see a lot of does, and I saw a heavy rack buck. And I mean, I knew he was a shooter. And he just worked his way down the edge of the field, and, you know, he was cutting in the brush. And I said, ooh, maybe we'll get a chance at him. And we sat there for a couple hours, saw a few small bucks, and, you know, nothing really happened. And all of a sudden, we just decided to get out. It was close to 10 o'clock. And we were just walking down the road, and all of a sudden I was using my binoculars, and I was glassing just out in the big grain field out here. And I looked under the irrigation pivot, and I saw 3 deer. And I glassed it, and it looked like 3 does, and I looked right there behind it, and I saw a rack. And I said, oh, it must be a mule deer. Rack's way too high. Must be a mule deer buck. And all of a sudden, one of the does got up, and I glassed, and it was whitetail. I said, oh, my gosh. I said, we got to go. We got to go. So we crawled. We had some hay bales right in front of us, and we crawled all the way to the hay bales and got set up right there. And we were good 400 or 500 yards from there. And I said, we'll just sit here all day and see what happens. And I don't know if a coyote got them up or whatever, but the does got up, and they started coming our direction. They were still a little bit too far to shoot. Came all the way across, and I tell you one thing I didn't do is I didn't look through my scope very much. I didn't want to get rattled. I knew what I was looking at. I looked at him one time with my binoculars. I knew it was a drop tine buck. So finally, they came across the big field right there, and the buck crossed the fence first. And he started angling. He got on top of this dike out here, and, you know, to me, it looked like about 300 yards. And he started cutting across the black dirt right there. I started grunting at him a few times. He didn't hear me, and then I grunted real, real loud at him. And he stopped, and I was fortunate to make a good shot. But, folks, this is a dream buck. I mean, look at this. 2 drop tines on this side, forked brow tine, 2 kicker points. He's got everything you dream of. All right, I want to bring the producer of our show out here, Gene, because he's been with me. He's made all this happen. What you get to see is because of him. Gene, we finally did it, didn't we?
You bet. He's a tremendous buck, Jackie.
Oh.
He's everything we wanted in Alberta.
No question. And, you know, you came up early and you put the tree stands up, and you got him on video, and you brought him back and said, Jackie, this is a great, great buck, and it is the drop tine buck.
Yeah, the first evening I got here, I saw him down along the edge of the woods in the sunlight, and it was just so impressive that I knew this is a buck we were going to hunt. You know, it's hard to pass up 150s. And
it is.
When you know this buck is in the woods, but you held out.
Man, we've been doing this a lot of years, and we've had some opportunities on some great bucks, but finally, both of our dreams came true today.
Man. He's everything I thought he was when I saw him on the edge.
Oh, man. Well, we got him on video that all the audience out there, all the deer hunters can enjoy. And,
well, congratulations.
Hey, congratulations to you, too, because you work just as hard or harder than I do. I got the easy job, folks. You got the hard job. But
Buckmasters is dedicated to the future of our hunting heritage and invites you to become a part of the nation's #1 deer hunting association, as over 300,000 hunters nationwide have done. Join for 3 years, and we'll send you a membership package worth over $150 for just $62.95. You'll receive 18 issues of the Buckmasters Whitetail Magazine, $1,000 worth of gun and bow insurance, a camo hat, a Wellington scent, a Woodswise grunt call, 2-hour video, as well as a 3-inch Camillus lock blade knife. 1-year membership also available for $22. Call now and pick out your membership today.
was no time clock, no traffic jams, no shopping malls, no politics, no neckties. No wonder hunters and shooters contributed hundreds of millions to protect it. Federal Ammunition, a proud supporter of the shooting sports.
Larry, look at that! It's more of that dang tinks. The super lure! The scent bomb! Oh, shut up, Ike. They'll hear us. All the super pellets! And Tink 69! Tink 69! Your hook's showing, Hank! And the 24-hour scent post! Oh.
Tinks, your #1 supplier of odor eliminators, cover scents, and lures.
Whoa! Get your buck back up here on the wall. Oh, your yard sale for sure. I'm going for it, Larry! That stuff's making you crazy, Hank. Heaven ain't a cornfield, Larry. It stinks! Oh!
Well, folks, that does it for this week, and we appreciate you tuning in. I'd like to thank the good Lord for giving me the opportunity of being in the right place at the right time for such a tremendous whitetail. If you get a chance this fall, take your family and your friends out hunting. Hunt safe, hunt ethically, and remember, deer hunting has a name, Buckmasters. I'm Jackie Bushman. See you next week, right here on the Buckmasters.
Join us next week for some western elk and mule deer hunting. Closed captioning provided by API Tree Stands and Woodswise Game Calls. For all your hunting needs, check out our website, www.buckmasters.com. The Buckmasters Whitetail Magazine with Jackie Bushman has been brought to you by your local Yamaha dealer, who invites you to see their exciting line of motorcycles, ATVs, and snowmobiles. Budweiser, when the hunt is through, this bud's for you. Radica, get real, get Radica. WizardWorks, bringing you the best-selling hunting line of computer software. Wellington, makers of America's #1 deer lure, Tink's #69 doe and rut buck lure. Remington Country, where you want to be. Bill Jordan's Realtree, America's most versatile camo pattern. Duck's Back, for life in the open. Federal Ammunition, knockdown power. Nikon, binoculars, scopes, and rangefinders for a better look at your world. Jennings, makers of the Buckmaster, America's most popular bow. Lacrosse, legendary performance. Scentlock, get close, go undetected. And by Imperial Whitetail Products, providing proven quality antler building products since 1988.
Buckmasters, deer hunting has a name. Place to belong if you love to hunt big game. Buck beaver, put your skill to the test when you hunt with buck.
Bill Jordan's Realtree Outdoors, next on TNN Outdoors. It's a place where the hunting is great and where there's a wide variety of game. It's a place where you can learn to be a better hunter. Welcome to Remington Country, tonight at 10:30 Eastern and Pacific on TNN Outdoors. Sharpen your aim on a show devoted to shooting sports and competitions. Plus, you'll see profiles of firearms that help shape the course of American history. It's all on American Shooter, Saturday morning at 11 Eastern and Pacific on TNN Outdoors.
Hi, I'm Mike Joins. Big business is not your friend. Large corporations and industries have never helped the working man. The insurance company wants to give you as little as possible. They're only interested in profits. When they come to your door with a check, that's them trying to get to you before you can get to me. Don't give away your rights. Call Joins McCarty. We're available 24 hours a day. We offer free consultations, and we'll even come to you. Joins McCarty. We're the protection you need.
Do you believe in love?
I'll see what I can do.
Would you believe in miracles?
Well, that's a sweet little piece of heaven on earth.
Could you believe in angels?
You got any wings you carry around or something?
Can you believe touched by an angel is on 5 times a week?
I'm an angel. I know about the